AI in Action is brought to you by Alldus International, covering your business's staffing, consulting, and networking needs. Our host brings you the leading minds in AI, sharing their story, their success, and their advice. Focusing on fast-tracking you to the top, AI in Action cuts through the hype to help you kickstart your data science career. To listen to the latest AI in Action podcast, head over to www.alldus.com/podcast or subscribe via iTunes, Stitcher, or Google Podcasts.
Welcome to the AI in Action podcast. I'm your host, Mark Kelly, Chief Customer Officer at Alldus International. Today's guest is Konstantin Kugler. Konstantin is the Head of Product Management at Laya. Konstantin, very welcome to the show today.
It's a pleasure being here. Thank you, Mark.
Tell us a little bit about yourself and your background before you joined Laya.
I joined Laya in 2017. Before that, I was longer in management consulting. And basically when I joined Laya back then, I took mainly the responsibility initially to drive key initiatives, especially to build our technology platforms, actually to realize our technology vision as a young startup back then. In a cross-functional setup, so working with all various teams from product engineering, sales, marketing, etc. And then actually, installing and trying to install our tech vision in the company. And now actually, I'm leading the product management team, basically consisting of course, product management, then of course, product design, UX, UI, as well as data science.
So if we jump in, tell us about the problem that Laya is solving. And for people that don't actually know Laya, would you mind giving a little bit of an overview about the company and a little bit more about the work that you do and how you add value?
Sure. Well, Laya is a travel tech startup in its core. And basically, when maybe it makes sense to start with the problem first. So if you look at travel today, especially online travel, well, the market is very much standardized. So products are to a very large degree commoditized, since you can purchase various travel products like flights, like hotels, like rental cars, basically at any platform, and often, or to most degree, it's the same inventory that these online platforms are providing. And this, of course, drives the competition. So we're very much in a price competition. There's low or very low customer loyalty. So it's always about, okay, where can I get the cheapest deal? Where can I get the cheapest price? And this, of course, makes it very hard for these players actually to build up customer loyalty and over, let's say, a longer customer life cycle. And at the same time, travel is also in this market driven by single item purchases, meaning that when you book a vacation online, you book at various sites. You book an accommodation there, the flight there, the rental car at another provider. So the customer interface for these online players is quite narrow, and the touch points are not that really broad. So meaning they're struggling really to find a solution to get to cover a broader part of it. And essentially, in the end, they are lacking a technology or an enabler that helps them actually to drive this customer loyalty and actually increase their share of wallet. And actually, this is where Laya tries to jump in. So we are a tech enabler, and our vision is basically to enable the connected trip. What is that? The connected trip is not like where you buy single items at one provider. It's like more or less a solution to manage all your trip components, to purchase all your trip components, your flights, your accommodation, your transportation, and so on, activities in one place. And not only at a single point of time, because this is also not the natural customer behavior. So for example, if you book a trip, it's not like that you book everything at one point in time. Maybe there are exceptions. So if it's, for example, a simple trip, a one-stop trip, 1 week Mallorca or so, then it's of course easier. But if we're looking at, let's say, longer or bigger trips, also long-haul trips, then of course it takes more time in planning. And this customer behavior is not reflected yet I would say, an online customer journey. So you always have the single purchase. And our technology in the end enables that you can book and extend your trip over your customer journey. So this is what we mean by a connected trip, not only the single point in time, but also as you plan your trip and book it. And yeah, how does the offering of Laya look like? So as I said, we are a travel tech startup. So we are offering an enterprise SaaS solution in a B2B approach. And our partners can integrate our product via an API. So this is very important for us. We are an API first company, so make it very, very easy to integrate our technology. And then, of course, this can be adjusted to the partner's customer journey. So however he wants to integrate it, including also what we provide is various white label interfaces, so that the partner has also the opportunity to very easily and very quickly use our technology to interact with their customers and leverage our technology.
Yeah, Konstantin, it's a real problem that needs to be solved, because it's a never-ending journey, because there's so little loyalty in that sector. It's never ending. It's kind of a race to the bottom when you look at it. How did the company evolve over the years?
Well, basically, I would say the inner vision of our company was there from the beginning. So we started as an online tour operator back then. So trying to offer more individual bespoke travel online. So I guess this also came over the last decade and evolved. So there are quite some players already out there, and we were focusing primarily on, let's say, the lead acquisition part. So of course, that's with every direct consumer brand online, a key part to get your customers, very expensive one indeed. And the second part was the lead qualification. So essentially, what does the customer want, and what is, let's say, the best trip offer in the market that he can get. And basically, this was also the main part for our technology part. So in the sense, how can we better digitalize and automate this lead qualification part? So in the end, it shouldn't take like days and weeks to get your first trip offer, but essentially it just should be a couple of minutes. Yeah, and this is where also our AI vision kicked in. So it's known as conversational AI. So the customer interacts with a travel bot and in a short and sweet conversation, and then instantly receives a ready-made bookable trip offer at the end of it. So we were in the end matching their preferences with the trip inventory out there in the end. This was 3 years ago. And of course, over time, we evolved our product, our go-to-market approach, and so on. But last year, we realized that it's quite a big vision. Yeah, on the one hand, you have the direct-to-consumer approach. Yeah, you have to generate and acquire customers. You have to build a brand that is known for this kind of travel segment and travel product. And also, you have this tech vision. Yeah, and in the end, as a startup, you have always, of course, a limited amount of resources, and we decided that it really, really makes sense, or we can tackle this problem in travel best from a technology perspective. So as a B2B provider, enabling also other travel platforms and travel agencies out there. So we decided to do a customer segment pivot and leverage our solution actually for other companies as well. Of course, then this year, the big pandemic, of course, impacted a lot of industries, especially also travel, as everyone knows. And this again was kind of a facilitator again to focus purely on our tech vision, and enable online travel platforms, especially since travel shops were closed, so you couldn't buy and plan your trips offline. So this, let's say, digitalization and online movement that more and more travelers are booking online. Of course, this is now really accelerated during this crisis.
Tell me a little bit about, maybe a little bit more details about the kind of the vacation rental package, and why is it so popular, and what's happening during the pandemic?
Yeah, exactly. So that was really, a very interesting movement, especially on a, let's say, on a global level. You could really read it also in the news that Airbnb, for example, had quite a dramatic hit when the crisis started. But then actually most of these vacation rental holiday home providers had, one of the best month in their business lifetime, which actually wasn't a surprise because people were shifting from, let's say, long haul or international travel to domestic travel, and looking more for, let's say, more individual, isolated, not isolated, but more like individual flexible solutions to travel. And in the end, vacation rentals are perfect for that. So you have a lot of space for yourself. It's not like compared to more, let's say, crowded hotels where you of course have to share an area with other people. So they preferred, of course, this more, let's say, secure vacation solutions. And for us, this was also definitely an opportunity, because our vision perfectly aligns with that we also want to offer these kinds of vacation rental packages, or enable it from a technology perspective, so that holiday home providers not only can sell their holiday home as they do today, but also, let's say, package it and increase the value of it with other travel products like your flights, your rental car, your activities locally. So that was a great opportunity, and we grabbed it, and we still see and we still expect that this market will at least definitely stay for the next year. But then let's see how this overall evolves. Yeah.
Konstantin, tell me a little bit about what's next. It's the constant cheese being moved, and when can we use your product?
So, well, for us, what's next is actually, of course, we want to broaden our use cases that we enable with our technology. So, of course, we started with trips, with multi-day tours in the beginning. Now also moving into the vacation rental space, and of course this will continue to flexibilize our technology and cover more use cases with cruise lines and so on also in the future. So I would say our roadmap is quite packed, and we will focus in the meantime, of course, on that, and of course also new customer integrations. So we see right now that many players, I would say, are of course using this pandemic and this situation to improve their customer experience and product offering, and most of them of course lack the technology to do so, to have a better digital experience, and they still act anti-cyclical. Also here now in this downturn, they're investing into their technology stack, into their offering, and this is also a very good situation for us. So there are lots of growth opportunities out there, and of course we want to be their go-to partner for this kind of opportunity. And in terms of go live, we are currently launching with various partners. It's scheduled for actually end of this year, beginning of next year. So actually when we expect the travel season, or the booking season at least, to come back. So let's see, of course, how the COVID measures evolve. But of course, we expect that at least the booking season will start again, at least then for summer or autumn later next year. And then we want, of course, to be ready, that our partners can actually access this market in a much, let's say, more loyal and more attractive way.
I've been speaking to Konstantin Kugler from Laya. This is the AI in Action podcast. My name is Mark Kelly, Chief Customer Officer at Alldus International. Konstantin, thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you so much, Mark. It was a pleasure being here.
AI in Action is brought to you by Alldus International, covering your business's staffing, consulting, and networking needs. Alldus offer an exec search program. Alldus can help you discover how data science and AI can transform your company. With our unrivaled network of C-suite executives and senior AI professionals, we offer retained search services across the US and Europe. Get the Alldus advantage. Become a member of the Alldus community and enjoy some of the following: AI meetups, Once a month, our community gathers to listen to some of the leading experts in the world of data science and AI. Our speakers come from all over the world, including Dublin, Boston and Frankfurt. We also have our AI mentors. Our experts will provide mentoring to Alldus members. And don't forget our AI in Action podcast. Each week we have guests from all over the world talking us through their education, career and more. Become an Alldus member and get the Alldus advantage. For more information and to sign up for our newsletter, log on to www.alldus.com. That's www.alldus.com. Alldus International, empowering through AI.